The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
Hey everybody, and happy Saturday afternoon to all of you. We are live here on the Mark Hoke Show, everybody. Oh boy, what a night. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Wow. A wild one here at the Rio yesterday, and a lot of money changing hands. Some happily, some not so happily. But an exciting night last night here, and really kind of, don't have to describe it too much, but we'll break it down for you. Got to have a good time yesterday in the booth. That's right. They sneaked me. Well, actually, I think I kind of sneaked in, worked it out there a little bit, but we had a blast and getting to cover history last night as Phil Ivey wins bracelet number 10. So much more going on, and we're going to break it all down for you here on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank you for joining us today. Of course, we are live here at the Rio, covering the World Series of Poker. Show number 497, everybody. That's right, show 497 for yours truly. So it looks like we are on pace to be firing this thing off on Sunday night, 6:30 is going to be show number 500. That's right. I almost want to do something stupid and draw that on the screen or something. Should I do that? Let me do that for you. We got the dueler here. We got the dueler. See, if you go like this, it's kind of fun. I can do 5. Oh, there it is. 500 starting on Sunday night, 6:30. I'm going to really enjoy that. Lord knows, we should get some punch and pie. Should definitely get some punch and pie down here, don't you think? But we're going to be very excited to have show 500 coming up here on Sunday night here on the Mark Hoke Show, and an honor to continue to cover poker for all of you for these past 3 years. Kind of going to be a double celebration week, even though there's a possibility that on the, we'll be good. July 5th, the next Saturday is the 3-year anniversary of the show too, so we're going to get double weekend celebrations of the Mark Hoke Show. And of course, as many of you want to get involved as can, feel free, man. We want to have a blast with it, because without our listeners, without our sponsors and the people supporting us here in the poker community, we would not have been able to do 500 of these shows. It's amazing. So once again, Sunday night, 6:30 p.m., show number 500 for yours truly. Should be a blast. Let's take a look at what is going on here at the World Series of Poker. And of course, we'll break down the big one from last night a little more in detail. But let's swing over here, because event number 49 is just getting underway. They are heads up in here. They had to take it through to this morning, and David Miskakowski is your chip leader right now, barely, out of San Diego, California, standing at 5.5 million chips. Norbert Zezzi trying to capture, I believe, his second bracelet here at the World Series of Poker. He is at 4.9. Of course, Manning Lozer finishing 3rd, Margareta Morris 4th, Oliver Price 5th, Kevin McPhee 6th, Jean Gaspard, another good run for him in 7th, John Dolan in 8th, Blake Bond finishes 9th. So right now, David Miskowski, Norbert Zezzi, heads up for that 5K No Limit Hold'em bracelet. Excuse me. So we have the 5K going on there. Sorry, I tell you what, I was up late last night. We'll talk about that. But that is event number 49, the No Limit Hold'em event. Just wrapping up today. And there's some cheering going on in the Amazon room. Wonder if it already happened. Kind of hard to say. Event number 51, the No Limit Hold'em Monster Stack event. Of course, record-setting tournament here at the World Series of Poker. 7,862 entries, $10 million prize pool. Winner is going to be walking out of the room here in a couple of days with $1.3 million. $1,327,000 $83. That'll buy you a lot of gummy bears. Buy a lot of Monster Energy drinks, something like that. But Salvatore Bianco will be starting the day with 576 players left, listed as your chip leader. Bianco with 847. He is out of Mognano, Italy. So an Italian leading the way here. Michael Richardson out of Durham, Estonia is in second. He sits at 758. Gabriel Paul at 753. Daniel Herleman at 745. He is out of Tempe, Arizona. Vladimir Bazanovic, 729 from Belgrade, Russia. Chris Wojciechowski, we'll take that. 683 out of Perry Hall, Maryland. Tom Alner at 657. He is from the United Kingdom. Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness. I haven't yawned all morning, and now I get on air and I'm having trouble. I guess I got to start breathing a little deeper. Like, I hate breathing deeper in here because it's so freaking cold. I had to throw the Run Good Gear hoodie on here, or a Nike jacket. Dry fit. Very nice. Tom Allner, then Josh Pollock, Jason Cox, Eric Hicks. Your biggest name here is in 11th place, Jason Wheeler. That's right, kids. Jason Wheeler, Puff Puff Pass, is looking for this Monster Stack Championship. He stands at 579. John Manette at 14th, 549. Let's see, Jason Duvall, bracelet winner last year, is in 17th. He's at 547. Soy Win, former November Niner, sitting at 495. And let's see, who else do we have in here that the average fan's going to recognize? It's Joe Sirac, Run Good Gear Pro, at 48th right now at 413,000. Boy, I got to tell you, this one's, they were planning on doing this as a 4-day event, but it's going to go 5. So these guys are going to be, this is basically a mini main event. You're getting 7 days of play out of that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, everybody. Man, but a 5-day main event, that's half the chips in 2 days less, but very exciting Monster Stack tournament, still captivating everybody. 576 left, so they did crack the money last night. And we will see who's going to be taking that home in a couple of days. Let's take it over to event number. Let's see. How about we go to 52 Limit Hold'em tournament? That was a 10K that started off on Thursday. They are down to 10, and here is your list of players. And not exactly a list of players that you really expect to see in a 10K. But of course, a lot of people stuck in the Monster Stack, other events. Greg DeBora is really, that's terrible on the video right now. Greg DeBora at 749. Brian Tate at 670. Samuel Galbuff at 459. Paul Manani, 403. Jan Javik out of Oslo, Norway at 372. You haven't seen much from the Norwegians or anybody up there in Scandinavia in this World Series. Bill Chen, 318, and Bill continues to have another outstanding World Series. Mikhail Tulchinski at 298. David Olson out of Dallas, Texas at 247. Gabriel Nassif, another final table for him. Actually unofficial, so he's close here, at 154. And Robert Como at 39. So not a lot of recognizable names on that one. But Bill Chen chases again. Oh, man, I'm going to tell you, there's a reason I'm tired. There is a reason I'm tired. I do apologize. Event number 53. And, of course, this one got dinged by the Monster Stack event, the Ladies No Limit Hold'em Championship, really putting the gals in a situation where they were having to decide what to play. You play the Monster Stack or play the ladies the next day. And the numbers definitely got crushed. 793, which is the lowest number since 2005. But you can't really put that on the ladies. You got to lay that one squarely on the World Series scheduling that event, those events back to back. That's a really tough break for the women. As women's poker continues to grow and grow, the ladies event takes a huge, huge hit. 101 players in that one, and Patty Landis. And for those that don't know who Patty Landis is, that's Daniel Negreanu's personal assistant. So Patty Landis is trying to chase a bracelet. Could you imagine if Patty wins a bracelet this year and Daniel does not? That would be a fascinating story. But Patty Landis is at 71,200. Gwendolyn Laurent out of Senegal, Saint Lucia. Boy, we haven't seen that one up there. Laurent standing at 59,300. Janice Newman at 58. Randy Rusnell at 55.6. Jean Liu, probably the biggest name on the board, at 55.5. Then you have Kendra Ray, Aoki Makio at 50,100. Heidi Rhodes, 49. Elizabeth Montezanti at 46.1. And Stacy Sullivan, 45.6. And really, not a lot of big names left in this tournament. Melanie Weisner is at 41.3 right now. Did not report having another great World Series event at 36.5. And then we had, let's see, I knew there was one or two more down here. But honestly, a pretty light field. And I'll tell you what, a lot of the stronger women's players, it's Cherish Andrews in 59th. Well, it's the first time we got to call her name here at the World Series of Poker. Dee Dozier at 62. And we'll keep this rolling on down. Just trying to catch another couple of names on this. But just a very light field of players. Is probably a lot of the higher level women's players decided to get into the monster stack, and if they busted, they busted and headed over to the women's tournament. But if they didn't, they hung it up. So, hey guys. So right now, 101 left in the ladies tournament on their second day. That'll be a 4-day event. But Patty Landis, Daniel Negreanu's assistant, out in front right now. It was a pretty fascinating story there in event number 53. Event number 54, and that is the pot limit Omaha high-low split 8 or better that kicked off yesterday, and 152 players remaining in that 3K buy-in. It is Brett Schaefer at 97.9, Florian Longman out of Austria, 94,000. Richard Greico out of the United Kingdom in third, 75.8. And look out, George Danzer did not like the fact that Brandon Shack Harris came up in the rearview mirror, and Danzer looking to pick up some more points. He sits in fourth, 75.4, followed by Andy Block at 72.6. Ruben Vera, Leonard Tallarico, Robert Mizraki, of course, the winner of the Dealer's Choice event, sitting in 8th place. Benjamin Miner, 9th. Ido Feinberg out of Israel at 51.8. Lee Markle in 14th on this one. Amnon Philippi in 15th. Stuart Rudder in 16th. Scotty Abrams in 19th. So Abrams continues a solid World Series. Bart Hansen in 25th. Let's see what else we got. Perry Green in 33rd. Fabrice Soulier in 35th place right now. Brett Ritchie in 38th. And, we're trying to slide down here. Dan Kelly in 52nd. So, once again, 152 players left in event number 54. The pot limit Omaha high-low split 8 or better tournament. And, boy, that just means we're getting closer and closer to the end. Event number 55, no limit home tournament. That one kicking off today. That's 1,500. And so not a lot happening in there. But right now, have 18-18. So I'd expect we're, good chance we're going to see that one crack 2,000. That's been somewhat of a tough number to crack this year for some reason on the 15s and the 1s. So we'll see how the registration comes out on that. But that one just getting underway here at noon today, event number 55. All right. And now we're going to head into a little bit. We're going to head into the big one last night, event 50, the 8-game mix. History made there last night. But, first things first, though, want to take a second and recognize, we unfortunately had a couple other tragedies in the poker world over the last couple days, and apparently it has not stopped. And we will mention the passing of Johannes Strassman. The 29-year-old was found by Slovenian police in a river, and unfortunately he has been identified and has passed away. So Johannes Strassman, a very popular player out there on the circuit, especially in Europe, is is gone. So, we want to wish all of Johannes's family and friends the best. We send them our condolences here from the Mark Hoke Show. But, a lot of tweets about him. William Reynolds saying that he was one of my best poker friends from the moment I met him. Only person to challenge me to a fight with a smile on my face. Vanessa Selps tweeting, I literally never saw Johannes Strassman without a smile on his face and nice words to say. His positivity is an inspiration to us all. Rest in peace. Pratyush Bodiga, people often deify the dead, but every good word you hear about Johannes in the coming days is true. Superbly nice guy who will be greatly missed. So, a lot of people in the poker world paying their tributes to Johannes Strassman, who once again, body was found and has been identified by Slovenian police. So we wish their family and friends all the best in a very difficult time. And, of course, that story had just broken a little while ago. I want to say a couple hours, I believe. And let's just real quick. Yeah, there was a massive search for this guy. The body was in too poor a condition to proceed with an immediate identification. So we really don't know. Just trying to see if there was any cart going by the way. There's a cart going by. Saying criminal police investigators excluded a violent criminal offense. So they're doing tests and see what happened to Johannes, but wow, tough one there. All right. So right now, I think what we want to do is, and make sure you guys take a minute to send a tweet out to downtown Chad Brown. Of course, Chad is in hospice care at this point from his battle with cancer. He's been fighting that for a very long time now. And unfortunately, Chad is once again taking a little turn for the worse here. But, we'll see if Chad can recover from that. But Chad in hospice care at this point. All right, let's step back. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Breaking it down last night, the Phil Ivey victory, bracelet number 10. The cry of Mount Rushmore went up in the Rio Amazon room last night, and we will break it all down for you. So let's take a step back, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thank you for joining us.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker fell. So go there now with a promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now, go gear up.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes? The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts. Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double-Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dosen and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Call now for today's free winner. 1-855-489-2700. That's 1-855-489-2700.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1 way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final 9 Comic.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Missouri stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
It's time to get on board with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour. The PPC caters to amateur players as well as upcoming and touring pros with affordable buy-ins and outstanding structure. The fastest growing poker tournament invades Las Vegas with 2 big tournaments, the Desert Open, June 29th and June 30th at the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino, and at the Tampa Bay Downs, July 10th through the 20th for the North American Championship with $300,000 in guaranteed. You can win your way to the PPC Championship in Aruba, featuring the $200,000 guaranteed main event hosted by PPC Ambassador Joe Surratt. For all the details, visit us at ppcpokertournament.com. Join in the excitement in Las Vegas and around the U.S. with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody, we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us. We are live here at the World Series of Poker. Show number 497 for yours truly. 500 coming up Sunday night. So make sure you join us for that. I don't know what we'll have cooked up. Hell, I may just end up sitting here by myself. I don't know. I may get a cake. I haven't had cake for a while. Somebody make me a cake. That would be thrilling. Just a small one. Even a cupcake. That would be cool. But thank you for being with us. By the way, I see Rockasili out there in the chat box. Where you been, brother? Oh, my goodness. They're all coming out of the woodwork here at the World Series. But very excited to have listeners old and new joining us here at the Mark Hoke Show. Of course, we're live here at the World Series of Poker, enjoying the atmosphere, everything going on. And, of course, last night, the reason that I'm yawning kind of was hanging out here. I get to tie a little story into this. So I'm kind of hanging out, and I see Ivy's going deep in this event. And I'm like, well, you know what? I think I'm going to swing. I'm going to hang around. I want to see what's going on. I mean, if Ivy wins 10th bracelet, it was looking pretty good. He had a pretty solid chip lead. It's like, I got to go watch Ivy. So I get out and watch Ivy, and all of a sudden I run into Raymond Davis, who got stuck in doing commentary for 3 hours by himself in the World Series of Poker live stream booth, because apparently they weren't ready for this last night. Tuckman was off, and it's got to be killing him. I feel so bad for Dave. And they kind of scrambled to set things up, and one set of headphones with a microphone on it was working, and honestly couldn't hear what was going on in there for the most part. It was very light, and we're trying to all scramble it up. Nolan Dahl is in the booth, and Nolan let me in, and all of a sudden hands off and says, hey, I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to give you it over to Mark Hoke. I'm like, oh, hey. I'm like, what's up, everybody? So I did make my debut on the live stream last night. That was very exciting, and and ended up closing out the broadcast. But a thrill and an honor to, even for a few hands, as badly as I felt I did to start off because I was not ready, calling Phil Ivy's 10th bracelet. What an honor. So I want to thank Nolan Dahl and the World Series of Poker for that opportunity. But, of course, speaking of the aforementioned Mr. Ivy, bracelet number 10 falls into Phil Ivy's possession. He is now tied for second place all-time on World Series of Poker bracelets with the great Doyle Brunson and Johnny Chan. Ivy last night winning event number 50 as he takes down the 8-game mixed tournament. And a pretty wild finish as he ends up heads up with Bruce Yarman. And, it's funny, not a lot of information on Bruce Yarman, except for the fact that he is actually one of Ivy's early opponents and friends in poker. Yarman, a player from, played regularly in Atlantic City when Phil was just starting out, bringing the fake ID to the Borgata and some of the other casinos out there. And Yarman heads up with Ivy. And, and what was really a shame was that a lot of people were out there saying, oh, Yarman's just throwing it. He knows Ivy. And nobody I'm going to tell you right now, people don't throw World Series of Poker bracelets. If you don't think that Bruce Yarman didn't want to win a World Series of Poker bracelet, say, I'll just let Ivy have it. You're nuts. You don't play all the way through a World Series event just to hand it off. No matter what's going on around you. Yarman wanted that badly last night. And it was a very intriguing heads-up matchup. Yarman had actually taken the lead briefly, but then, unfortunately for him, and this was really a funny moment, Yarman heads up playing Ivy in 7-card stud, and they came back from a brief break. And, of course, Ivy is just killer at stud, and he just started to steamroll Yarman on that one. Of course, the stakes had gotten pretty high at that point, and, it just got insane. Ivy 4-bet Yarman right at the end of No Limit Hold'em, and then comes into stud, gets it to 1.6 against about $500,000. Ivy managed to hit trip deuces on a big hand that cost Yarman another 400,000 chips. Yarman, if I remember correctly, just mucked it as Ivy flipped over the roll-up deuces for trip deuces on that hand on Ivy's. I believe that was his 6th Street card. Yeah, and Rolly. So that ended up putting Ivy in a very commanding position. The next hand in stud, Ivy actually wins another big one, put Yarman down to 290,000. And like I said, a very interesting thing happened during that stud right around that point was Yarman actually grabbed the cards because, of course, if you play an 8-game mix or a 5-game mix, there's usually some sort of indicator on the table, whether it's a cube or a bunch of printed flip cards that are going to show what the next game is. And Yarman actually took the card that had stud on it, flipped it up to see what game was next, because obviously he was not thrilled about playing Ivy and stud last night, as Ivy just tore him up. And then, but of course, on the last stud hand, a wild hand where Yarman was all in, holding 5-3, and Ivy was 6-5, and Ivy had 2 10s on the board. Yarman with a gut shot straight draw and a queen on the board, and ends up with a queen on the board, and Yarman hits a queen on the river. Oh, Dave Inselberg looking sexy in that Mark Hoke Show shirt. How you doing, buddy? What's up? Good. Good. That'll work. That'll work. Dave Inselberg stopping by, everybody. But Yarman manages to catch a queen on the river, or on 7th Street, to double up and save himself in what was the last stud hand. But then we went over to Omaha High-Low, or Omaha 8, and Ivy just pretty much took care of business. Last hand, flop of 8-7-5. Yarman had raised pre-flop. Ivy made the call. Then Ivy leads out on that flop. Yarman raises. Ivy calls to see a king on the turn. And then Ivy fires again. Yarman goes all in. Yarman showing ace-jack 8-7. Ivy with ace-king 9-8. So Yarman did flop 2 pair on the hand and was in the lead. But, or I'm sorry, I apologize. Yarman was not in the lead. My bad. Yarman was in the lead on the flop, and then Ivy hits that king on the turn. The chips go in, a queen on the river, and that ended it for Bruce Yarman last night as Phil Ivey captures bracelet number 10 in spectacular fashion as he manages to absolutely roll through this final table. Though Dan Heimiller really put up a hell of a fight last night. Great run by Dan, who had actually briefly taken the lead four-handed, but then gave it right back to Ivy. But Ivy wins that tournament, $167,332 for him. Yarman in second. Dan Heimiller did fight back to finish third. Aaron Stewart in fourth. Stephen Chidwick in fifth. Eubene Gao in sixth. And Christoph Haller in seventh place. So, there you go. Oh, Rock Silly. Oh, I'm sorry. Rock, make sure you, just wave. If I'm not on the air, I do have things I'm doing, but I always have time for the fans, so make sure you say hi. Just don't ask me where the bathroom is. But, of course, Ivy last night looking, winning bracelet number 10. A couple guys chanting, screaming Rushmore, obviously in reference to him being one of the four greatest bracelet winners of all time now. And, one thing that really struck me about Phil Ivey last night, and, I think we all see it when we watch him on TV, but until you're up close, I don't think you really get the coolness of how this man plays. And just seeing him out there was really inspiring. The ability for him to be able to hold his composure like he does, and just no emotion. It's like you're playing against a robot. And to see Phil Ivey win a bracelet last night, and especially such a historic one, bracelet number 10, amazing thing to see. And, of course, Want to thank WSOP.com for the chance to get to do that. It was an amazing time. And Phil Ivey, of course, bracelet number 10 last night. And, of course, a lot of two major discussions of first coming out is, now the chase is on, trying to bring Hellmuth in. Of course, Ivey, still very young and plenty of more opportunities for him to win bracelets. You got to wonder if he can chase Phil Hellmuth down. Of course, Hellmuth, one thing that Ivey said is that Hellmuth plays so many tournaments, it's really hard. You've got to keep up a high volume to have a chance to catch Phil. So, that one's going to be a little bit difficult for him. But, of course, the other story last night is what the other sound you heard, other than the cheering, was the sound of money being sucked out of many, many poker players' accounts last night as Phil Ivey and Daniel Negreanu win their bracelet bet. If you didn't know about this bet, they were taking action, even money, whether Ivey and Negreanu would win a bracelet or not. If one of them won the bracelet, they win the bet. And, of course, Negreanu had been heads up for a bracelet earlier here in the series, but lost to Paul Volpe. And Ivey had only cashed twice in this series. So Ivey managing to come up and win big on this one. Very impressive, not only just because of winning the bracelet, but also because of the fact that there was so much money on the line. Rumors anywhere from $250,000. I can tell you, I heard over $250,000 minimum. But I even heard somebody say it was $50 million. I don't know about that. But certainly some major action on that bracelet as well. So a huge win for Phil Ivey last night and Daniel Negreanu, believe it or not. So sometime maybe we'll find out how much those bets were for. Rock Cillian Chatbox, if you can just direct me what games the people asking the bathroom questions are in, that would be good. Oh yeah, absolutely. That might not be a bad idea. That's what I'll do. I'll shoot them with a little paintball. That's a great idea, Rock. So anybody that asks me where the bathroom is, obviously they've never been to the Rio before. That'll put them in fish mode. Because, no offense, if you're not observant to see where the bathrooms are here at the Rio, I don't know if you should be at a poker table. I don't know. But, huge win for Ivey last night as he brings home bracelet number 10. So, spectacular night here at the Rio, and a special one for me, too. So, wow. And, and it's kind of funny, it hadn't really set in yet that I actually got to call a little bit of Phil Ivey's 10th bracelet victory. It's a lot of fun. And, very humbling to have that chance to do something like that. Once again, because of my listeners. That's how I got here. So thank you guys so much for that. All right, we're going to step back, take another break here, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. We're live here at the World Series of Poker at the Rio here in Las Vegas. A lot more going on, and we'll get into more discussions maybe about Phil Ivey and what this is going to mean to poker and his career. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
It's time to get on board with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour. The PPC caters to amateur players as well as upcoming and touring pros with affordable buy-ins and outstanding structure. The fastest growing poker tournament invades Las Vegas with two big tournaments, the Desert Open, June 29th and June 30th at the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino, and at the Tampa Bay Downs, July 10th through the 20th, for the North American Championship with $300,000 in guaranteed. You can win your way to the PPC Championship in Aruba, featuring the $200,000 guaranteed main event hosted by PPC Ambassador Joe Surratt. For all the details, visit us at ppcpokertournament.com. Join in the excitement in Las Vegas and around the U.S. with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Tough day at the Veld? Get off tilt and unstuck by escaping to the desert for an extreme off-road adventure with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals. We have the biggest fleet of off-road vehicles known in the universe. And since we know poker players aren't exactly early risers, we now offer after-dark tours for all you night owls. And don't forget to stop by the Mark Hope Show WSOP booth at the Rio to win a free Sun Buggy experience. Please call us 24/7 at 1-866-728-4443 and visit us at www.sunbuggy.com. Call us now and take the off-road ride of your life with Sun Buggy Fun Rentals.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us, guys. Ivy Mania taking over the World Series of Poker today. Monster Stack on day 3, all sorts of craziness going on. I'm disappointed, by the way. I got to say this, the ladies tournament. Normally, when we were down there by Brasilia, we got to see all the ladies, and it's a beautiful day on day 1 of that event. But up here, of course, when we're up by the Amazon, the great part is, you're up where you're going to be seeing a lot more of the pros and so on. But at the same time, you miss the day 1. So all the guys that are just showing up here, and we didn't get to see them. We didn't get to see the ladies. So they're, around 100 players, and that's all we got. So a devastating time here for the Mark Hoke Show. But somehow we're going to get through it, I think. Just a hunch. And of course, coming up tomorrow, boy, we would be so remiss to not talk about tomorrow. So I got a feeling we're going to have a little bit of a shorter show today. I think everybody's still kind of unwinding from last night and everything that was going on. But tomorrow on the schedule, we have a big one, literally, as the big one for One Drop kicks off tomorrow. We also have a wild one tonight, but that's, of course, big one for One Drop. 1 p.m. start Pacific time here on Sunday. We got a $1,000 no-limit hold'em event starting on Sunday as well. And, of course, today, $1,500 no-limit. But one that is going to catch everyone's eye tonight, as we saw the wildness that happened in this 2 years ago, is the $25,000 big one for One Drop satellite. Somebody's going to play their way in and get $1 million buy-in for $25,000. And, of course, last year, Gus Hansen managed to get his way into the tournament. But Sean Deeb also, there was enough players in there. Believe it or not, they had a $2+ million prize pool on that thing. And Sean Deeb claimed had they had a second seat, Sean Deeb could have claimed it. But unfortunately, they did not. And they tried to give him $1 million in tournament lammers, which he was not too thrilled about. Instead, Sean Deeb actually walked out of that satellite a millionaire. So, pretty interesting stuff there. And that big one for One Drop satellite starting tonight at 6 p.m. David Bakes Baker. Or David ODB. Did I say Bakes? I need to sleep. Help me. The World Series is all blending together. ODB. Why did I do that? Oh, God. Anyway. Hey, we're going to make mistakes every once in a while. Monday, the No Limit Hold'em Mix Max kicks off $1,500. Oh, I'd love to be in that one. Hopefully, event 59 and event 59 evening, 4 p.m. Omaha High-Low Split 8 or better. And then is 60. Event 60 on Tuesday. Hopefully, I'm not going to be here. Hopefully, I'm going to be playing in that. But we've got the event 60 $1,500 No Limit Hold'em event plus a 10K 7-card stud. Wednesday is the little one for One Drop, $1,111. Unlimited re-entry for the first 4 levels. That'll be fun. And, of course, the 10-game mixed 6-handed on Wednesday, too. I mean, when we start getting into the 60s, you know what that means, because event 65 is the main event starting Saturday, July 5th. No events starting on July 4th this year, by the way. They did last year, but this time around, no events beginning on the 4th of July. All right, so once again, the big one for One Drop coming up. And I wonder if we've got an updated list here of who's going to be in this thing. We started off with 30. Let me pull this. Let's see if we got the new list of who's in this thing. All right, and I'm just, of course, 56 players max entering this tournament. And let's see, of course, your recent entrants: Quas, Altergott, Rankenmeyer, Vogelsong, Heinecker, Vanessa Selps, Jean-Robert Ballond, somehow finding his way into this thing. Anthony Gregg and Igor Kurganov will add into that list. And let's get a pull here real fast of some of the other players that we're going to be expecting to see in the One Drop tournament. Man, that's a terrible list. I'll have to do a little pull on that. I thought I did a good search on that one. Apparently, I did not. So let's, unfortunately, I said Joe Payne, by the way, of course, normally with us here in the day. He's got some Nevada Poker League business to take care of. And make sure if you're in Las Vegas, you want to play for free. Make sure you go to NevadaPokerLeague.com. 17 different locations here in Sin City. So make sure you get in there and have a good time on that. All right, let's go with this one, and we'll see what we got on. Looks like hopefully a good one here for poker listings. And here they are. So we got a pretty good updated list. Break down who's going to be in the one drop here starting Sunday, or tomorrow night. Dan Jungleman Cates came in here. This one registered a little late. Of course, one of the most incredible high-stakes online cash players in the world. So the Jungleman will try and see what he can do in this. And hearing some cheering in the Amazon room. Maybe that heads-up match is finished up. So I'll tell you what, look, before we break down these pros, let me take a look and see if we do have a result on that event. Let's hit the old chip count button. Off we go. And we do not want the monster stack. It's going to be here somewhere. Bill Chen, look at this guy. Another final table. Good golly, Miss Molly. Bill Chen stopping by here, too. Good. Let's say hi to Bill. Alcan Hang is here as well. See, now everybody is joining me all of a sudden. Bill.
Hey, how's it going?
Good golly, Miss Molly. You are just, the World Series is your date this year. I'll tell you what, man. How's it going?
Oh, it's great. It's awesome to make yet another final table. Hopefully you can take this one down.
How many is that for you now?
It's 3 final tables, 3 out of 6 caches. I mean,
that's so sick.
That is pretty sick.
What is the statistical probability of that happening,
Well,
Bill?
this one was about 50% that if you cashed, you made a final table. There were only 18 people who got the money.
Yeah.
So this was a 10K, but the other ones, pretty good. Yeah, so I kind of play limit hold'em, so
yeah,
I hope things work out. Yeah, it's been great. I really love the mixed games that they had. The horse, the 8-game mix, the dealer's choice, the 10-game that's coming up.
Yeah,
I've cashed in all of them. I'm gonna
do this one. You had to love the schedule when it came out. I mean, that's right up your alley because I mean these are the more mathematically driven games and it's like here, Bill, money, take it.
My one regret is I haven't yet to play a noon 1500 tournament from the beginning. I certainly late stacked one at 6 and busted a couple of times, but I haven't. Well, I played a shootout, but I haven't played like just a regular 1500 because those are kind of. I kind of wanted to play that at least a few times.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I love the evening schedule.
Well, and really,
all of my caches have been in the evening.
Well, you know what? That's not bad then.
Yeah.
Just play for the night, baby. That's how you do it. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the players on the table? Because not a lot of real well-known names to the average poker fan out there. So what do you know about these guys? I know Nassif is probably one that we.
Right. I know Greg. What seats are they in? These aren't the seats. These are just the rankings,
chip
right?
counts. Let's see if we got your seats.
Yeah, I know Greg. Is kind of a limit hold'em pro. And so is Brian Tate. They show up at the Bellagio. They play 50, 100, 100, 200. They make money every day.
Yeah, there you go.
That's their game. I've played with them most of the day. They're all like fairly solid limit hold'em players. For the most part. So even though none of them has had World Series glory, I would rather probably play against a lot of name players where limit hold'em isn't their main game,
right?
Than this field.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that's that I was thinking about this last night is if I'm out there on the circuit all the time, I'd rather be playing against guys that I know well. So, I know what's coming at me as opposed to players that, they may be good players, but I have no idea what's going to be coming at me the rest of the time. So,
Actually, I kind of have an idea. See, once you get, in this type of event, there's draws at 3 tables, 2 tables, and of course, the final tables. There are redraws everywhere, and you just get moved around a lot during the day. Tables combined. I played with like most of these guys for a bit of time, sometime during the tournament. Going through the bubble. Going through the bubble was actually a long time. So that was the longest time I've spent at a table. It took like an hour and a half to break the bubble.
Wow.
Right.
That's no fun.
Well, it's kind of fun when you are reasonably stacked. Like I
yeah,
was.
true.
It wasn't very fun for Kenny Shea, who came in 15th, I think.
Ugh.
Yeah. But no, he made the money and came in 15th.
Right.
But still, it's not fun having to fold hands you would probably normally play.
So now, of course, your third final table here at the World Series. Could you imagine that you'd be having a year like this?
No.
I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah. Right. Well, you never know what to expect when you show up. Sometimes you have great years. Sometimes you have terrible years. I mean, I feel pretty good with my consistency and kind of cashes and getting near, but then you need a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
This year I got the luck. Not ultimately the luck, not the ultimate luck in winning the final table, but still. Yeah.
I keep trying to get your table draw and it's not loading for some reason, so I do apologize. I'm trying to find out where you're sitting here. Where are you sitting?
Seat 6.
Seat 6. That's going to be the lucky seat today.
Yeah, I feel so.
Yeah. When are you guys restarting? 2:00?
Yeah, I gotta go now.
Okay.
They want me to do bios and stuff.
Okay. Well, best of luck to you, Bill. Hopefully
hopefully
that bracelet's going to finally come home, man. Looking forward to it.
That's the idea.
All right. Bill Chen, everybody. The brilliant one. Do not get in any type of contest with Bill Chen involving intellectual activities. If you want to play him in Tiddlywinks, that might be your shot, but certainly not in this situation. So Bill Chen joining us there real quick, and we're going to get to see him chasing the bracelet third time at a final table at this World Series of Poker for Bill Chen. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to get Bill's table up there, and unfortunately just some reason WSOP.com not loading. I don't know if everybody is finally waking up and getting the word that Phil Ivey won a bracelet and is blowing everything up here. By the way, Phil Ivey not capable of destroying the internet here at the Rio. That going all to Daniel Negreanu. Yeah, man, this is nuts. I cannot get I can't get those chip counts up there. I don't know what's happening, but good luck to Bill Chen on this one. Once again, let's go back and take a look at the one drop. Some of the entrants in this one. Daniel Coleman, of course, winner of a super high roller. He is out of Massachusetts. Won the super high roller at the EPT Monte Carlo this year, and apparently took some of that money and said, you know what, let's play the one drop. This will be fun. Isaac Haxton, of course, Team Poker Stars Pro, $8.2 million in live tournaments, but probably the guy at the top of the list for best player to never win a bracelet, Haxton in there. The 2012 world champion Greg Merson participating tomorrow, as he will be in the one drop. Daniel Negreanu actually registered a little bit later for this. He was not announced in the initial field, but we have Daniel Negreanu in this one. Doug Polk, WCG Rider Online. Polk won his first bracelet this year, and he is ready to try and step out here and bring home the one-drop championship. Scott Seaver, of course, has won over $10 million and has won quite a few been very successful in high rollers, including the $100,000 super high roller at the PokerStars Caribbean Adventure. So it should be pretty exciting to see Scott Seaver in this. Antonio Sfondiari, the defending champion, of course, back in this thing. Phil Galfond, one of the greatest online cash players of all time, and also a holder of a WSOP bracelet. And Galfond will try and invade this field. Ironically, Phil Ivey, started talking about the one drop last night. He wasn't even blinking an eye about it. He's like, this is a great win, but one coming up Sunday is a little bit bigger, and so he was already thinking ahead to the one drop tournament coming up on Sunday. So we'll see if Ivey and his 10 bracelets will get him rolling there. Jason Mercier in this field, also Vivek Rajkumar, who's a fixture in the one drop last year. Brian Rast, of course, took that rough beat last year or 2 years ago in the one drop, and he is returning this time around. Andrew Roble, of course, high stake cash game player, and obviously has done some damage online. Eric Seidel, of course, with 8 World Series of poker bracelets, he now gets to chase Phil Ivey a little bit more. But Seidel will be looking to try and bring home the one drop championship. Sam Trickett, the runner-up last year, Trickett, of course, the all-time leading money winner from the United Kingdom. A lot of it thanks to that one drop cash, but certainly a formidable player, as he is very excited to be playing this one. Noah Schwartz will be in. Vanessa Selps will be the first woman to compete in the one drop. No females participated 2 years ago, so now it will fall to Vanessa Selps as she will try to make history and win the one drop. One of the shocking entrants in the one drop this year is Jean-Robert Ballon. That's right, Broke Living is going to be playing for this championship. And here's a report on there's a big one, nice one for poker listings, who apparently won his way in Dan Bilzerian's home game. So there you go. A nice. How'd you like to be playing a home game satellite to get into the one drop? We don't all get to do that very often. Anthony Gray, of course, won the 111,111 one drop high roller last year, picking up $4.8 million. Will try and win back-to-back one drop tournaments as he will take on the field here. Philip Grusom, one of the great German players out there right now, he will be entered in the field. Fabian Quas, another German high roller champ, coming in here looking to try and add to his $5.7 million in tournament earnings. Along with Max Altergott, mostly a very strong live game or online player, won his first live tournament he ever played, and that was, of course, a 100K super high roller. By the way, of course, Raymond Davis not giving those high roller guys much credit because of the fields being so small, but he won $2.2 million in that one and continues to go on. Phil Collins, everybody. Tobias Renkemeyer will be in this one, $7.5 million in live earnings, and hoping that he's going to be able to bring home this one-drop championship. Igor Kurganov, another German poker pro, 3 seven-figure scores in the last 3 years. Christoph Vogelsang, who will be looking to try and get. So the Germans trying to invade the Americans here and bring this thing home. Vogelsang is, of course, one of the top online players in the world. He's pulled in about $3 million since they were keeping track. And then some of the businessmen, and this is always, we all remember the first one drop where everybody was talking, can the businessmen hang with these guys? Are they all dead money? What's going on here? But you do have to remember that some of these guys that fall in the businessmen category are pretty darn good poker players too. Of course, you have Guy Liberté, the founder of Cirque du Soleil and the guy that put all this together. Guy will be in this thing, as well as Bobby Baldwin. Of course, he is the president of the Golden Nugget, Bellagio, and Mirage, and of course Bobby's room named after him. So got to expect Bobby Baldwin, always a contender there. David Einhorn, who made the deep run in this thing last year or 2 years ago. Of course, Einhorn has finished 18th in the main event in 2006 and third in the one drop in 2012, picked up $4.3 million. So David Einhorn's got to be considered a threat to get through there again. Brandon Stephen, of course, one of the most recognizable businessmen and respected of the group, played in the one drop in 2012, and of course was the bubble boy on the main event final table. Got screwed on the unofficial final table rule, so Brandon Stephen will be back. Tom Hall, and they call him Hong Kong Tom, a fixture in Asian poker. Always playing those massive games in Macau. Only one WSOP cash in Australia in 2003, but Tom Hall is going to take a stab at the one drop. Paul Newey, he's a UK businessman. He sold his debt consolidation business in 2006 for £200 million. And, of course, one of the regs in London's big cash games. He was in the one drop 2 years ago, did not cash. Bill Perkins, we all know Bill, one of the most fun guys to watch in the game. Perkins will be in there along with Talil Shakurchi. And we've been calling Talil's name a couple of times here at the World Series of Poker. He's made a few deep runs. manages a $3 billion hedge fund called Meditor Capital in the UK. He lost £1 million in a single session in Monte Carlo and was also in the one drop 2 years ago. John Morgan, of course, the CEO of Winmark, and had the legendary hand a couple of years ago against, I believe it was Kurganov. John Morgan got him to lay down quads. So John Morgan will be back here at the one drop, and I can tell you that he did not have it. From the conversation they had, he definitely did not have it. And right now, 5 anonymous businessmen also have gotten into this thing, not announcing their names for privacy reasons, but we'll find out who they are tomorrow. 3 satellite seats are up for grabs as well, as the Aria, Bellagio, and, of course, here at the World Series all have satellite seats into the one drop. So there's 3 more places to be determined. Of course, one of those tonight with the 25K one drop satellite coming up here later on this evening. So that's going to be fun to see who all dives into that one. That's a bankroll breaker right there for some people. So it's certainly worth the opportunity if you can do it. All right, so that is your current one drop field. Still not filled up yet, but of course plenty of time, and a lot of the top pros are trying to, if they're not in, they're trying to put together their packages to get into this thing and join that group of players here in the one drop. All right. So let's say I see Jesse Capps is kind of hanging over here. We'll see what Jesse's up to. But we're going to step away, take another break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank you for joining us today. Live here from the World Series of Poker show number 497 for yours truly. So let's take that break, and we will be right back.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become 1, one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
RunGoodGear.com is one of poker's premier online stores for apparel. Their mission is to provide poker players with stylish and comfortable clothes for their daily grind. You've probably seen Run Good Gear at the World Series of Poker through Run Good Poker Pro Rob Salaburo, or around the country through the WSOP circuit. Today, RunGoodGear.com is the place to go to gear up for the poker felt. So go there now with the promo code HOKE, that's HOKE, for 10% off your entire online purchase. Remember Hoke. Now go gear up. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
One man, his lucky shirt an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
It's time to get on board with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour. The PPC caters to amateur players as well as upcoming and touring pros with affordable buy-ins and outstanding structure. The fastest growing poker tournament invades Las Vegas with two big tournaments, the Desert Open, June 29th and June 30th at the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino, and at the Tampa Bay Downs, July 10th through the 20th for the North American Championship with $300,000 in guaranteed. You can win your way to the PPC Championship in Aruba, featuring the $200,000 guaranteed main event hosted by PPC Ambassador Joe Surratt. For all the details, visit us at ppcpokertournament.com. Join in the excitement in Las Vegas and around the U.S. with the Players Poker Championship Poker Tour.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back live here at the World Series of Poker. That elbow that you saw was one of Jesse Capp's. He's running away. He's running away. I love that he got asked, "Are you still in?" And that tournament just started 2 hours ago. Jesse's not going to think today. He's just going to play, right, Jesse? You're not going to think today. You're just going to play. Yeah, just have a good time. Have fun. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, let's get an update on what is going on here at the World Series. As long as everything's going to load up here. We're having a little internet issue for some reason. Well, WSOP.com is not being friendly. Boy, that's not helpful to the show. Holy cow. Why is this not loading? This is a very annoying, to say the least. All right, well, let's go to the cell phone. We'll pull that up and take a look at, see if we get any updates here. Once again, we do have a heads-up match going on at the moment, and sorry, I apologize that we're kind of having to delay this a little bit, but like I said, unfortunately, WSOP.com is not being friendly right now. So we'll see if this loads up eventually for us. Unbelievable. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, we're just trying to get our chip counts here and stuff updated, and once again, heads up going on right now, which I'm having to look on my cell phone for, so sorry about that. Oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. This is very difficult. All right, so the heads-ups match still going on. Alan Kessler's here, by the way. Yeah. You could probably learn something there, Alan. I heard you're not so good, so that's what some people are saying. You want to say hi to everybody real quick, Alan? Got a minute? 2:14, sir. 4 minutes. 4 minutes for Alan Kessler. Oh, yeah, that is correct. Phil Ivey getting his bracelet today. Of course, we enjoyed. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed me not ruining the live stream last night. Alan, how about that last night, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I was doing commentary for a while, and everybody really enjoyed my commentary. And then Raymond Davis took over, and people said he was not doing that great. But everything that I predicted, like during the hands, like I said, well, this guy's going to fold, he's going to raise, whatever. I was like dead on. I was explaining to people how the games play, and I really liked it, actually.
Good. So, Phil Ivey with 10 bracelets, that's kind of scary. I mean, what are you hearing? Because you hear things. How much did Daniel and Phil win? What have you heard on that? Any news at all?
I heard there was only like a few 100,000 bet on that.
Okay.
Bet.
Because that was what I heard was about
there's some ridiculous stuff
$250,000
on the internet. People were saying that the other guy dumped his chips to him, and because
that
the
was
hands
terrible.
played out.
Yeah.
But there's no chance that ever happened. Impossible.
No, nobody's dumping for a bracelet. That's for sure.
When you're heads up like that, you want to win the bracelet legitimately. Believe me.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, nobody's giving that away. But so what are you up to today, Alan? The 1500?
1500, and then they're doing some really nice work in there. They're building 5 feature tables with RFID and overhead cameras and everything. Really nice setup in there.
Outstanding.
So they're going to be able to watch like 75 players continuously.
Wow.
On the cameras with RFID cards, the whole package.
Awesome.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's exciting. So
yeah, I mean, this is the first time it's ever been attempted like that. So it should be really nice.
So one drop time tomorrow. Are you getting in, Alan? Is that your kind of tournament?
No.
No?
But I did post on my Twitter. They have the official odds for the one drop. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Oh yeah, I did not see that. Maybe that'll
probably give out the odds on your show. People would be interested in that. I think like there's some really good values. Like Tom Marchese is 75-1. And considering there's only 50 people, he's definitely an even money out of 56. So I'm not sure why he would be.
Well, let's see if we got it here. We've got odds.
Yeah, if you go to my Twitter, there's a link that takes. It
oh,
took me
it's
a
on
long
your Twitter.
time to find it.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Go to my Twitter. There's a link that sends you right to it.
Okay, we'll see if we can find that. So you like the Tom Marchese odds, huh?
Yeah. No, somebody also mentioned if Nick Schulman plays, he's like. And Tony Gregg is 100-1, which he's a huge favorite in this field.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, take a look at it. It's pretty interesting, actually. But Vivek Rajkumar is like only 28-1, and Ivy I think is 26-1.
Vivek's that low, and
yeah.
Wow.
And I think Haxton is like there it is. Yeah, Ivy's 23-1. Antonio Esfandiari is like it's pretty interesting odds.
29-1. So that's our odds there. This is a little different layout.
So.
Okay.
But some of the bigger numbers, they might actually be a good value. Like somebody said, Tom Marchese was 75-1.
Let's slide down through the list. Huh,
it's confusing to even figure out what they're trying to tell you in those odds. But
that is kind of weird.
Anyway, I got to get back.
All right. Well, I wish you the best, Alan. Good luck.
Nice link there. They also have a thing there about the odds of a woman. If you click on the left, the odds of a woman. If you click on World Series, making the final table, they're offering like 3-1 on that. See where it says WSOP 2014?
Oh yeah, there it is. All
there's like an odds bet on women to make the final table, and there's a few other odds.
Oh, okay.
Women to make the final table.
Yeah, okay, here it is. Yeah, for the main event. Okay, well, we'll check that out too. That'll be kind of cool. May have to save that for the night show. Yeah, so apparently the odds are up. And let's see if they have a winner here. But of course the odds kind of astronomical on that because you just don't know who's gonna it's such a crapshoot. We have no idea who's gonna pull that off. But some of the players getting listed in there. So all right, yeah, well I'll tell you what, we're gonna save that one for tonight's show, I think, just so we get some extra material for the evening bout. But thanks to Alan Kessler for stopping by on that. We'll see if WSOP.com is going to make the decision to load for me here. Is it going to happen? We're trying. I'm not sure what's going on there. Because otherwise, like I said, it's back to the cell phone for me. And right now, that heads-up match between Misikoski and Zazie is pretty much dead even at this point. They are at 60,000, 120,000 on the blinds. Annies are at 1,500. They're in level 32. And once you start talking into those 28 levels and up, it kind of turns into a little bit of a crapshoot. Misikoski at 5.5, Skazy at 4.9. So those guys, I don't know if they've returned to play yet. Let me let's take a look and see if they're back on the board yet. Yep, they are still waiting to resume play 2:00. So those guys just got underway about 20 minutes ago in that heads-up matchup. So that's where that one is right now. So we will have at least one bracelet given away today, probably two if I'm correct. But man, this is really annoying not having WSOP.com handy for us right now. And I really hate to pop this thing out. But, yeah, so that's where we are at the World Series of Poker right now. The one drop coming up. It should be an interesting day. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. I think, because it's a little bit quiet, we're going to have a lot of fun on this night show tonight. But I think this afternoon we're going to take it easy, and we will come back here with you tonight at 6:30 p.m. But don't forget, really big thing going on is that tonight we are giving away that 1K main event satellite entry. So if you click on the link at the top of markhokeshow.com or you come by the booth, you have a chance to enter for your opportunity to get a 1K main event satellite seat. So I'll give you a 1 in 10 shot to go to the main event here this year, courtesy of the Mark Hoke Show and, of course, some of our great sponsors here. So we certainly do appreciate everybody getting in on that. And, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. So the drawing tonight, plus we'll have all the information about everything happening. We'll see who's in that satellite for the one drop. Of course, that'll be underway. So it should be a pretty entertaining night show coming up here at the World Series. But that's going to do it for me, Mark Hoke, guys. We will see you tonight at 6:30 p.m. Going to be a thriller. So stick around, guys, and we will see you back here at the World Series in a few hours. Have a great afternoon. We'll catch you later.